What's going on, Q Crew? Welcome back to another Q Pill reaction. I'm your host, Suave Q, aka the Q Pill, and in this dose right here, a single mother is upset that the men who want to date her don't want to get creative, and they don't want to pay for her babysitter. But before we react to it, y'all already know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share my content with your family, your friends, your colleagues, and your peers so that they can get a dose of the Q Pill as well. If you want a copy of my book, the link is in the description box. You want merch, the link is in my description box. And if you want a one-on-one session or a couple session, the link is also in my description box. So without further ado, let's get a dose of this shit. The life and the entitlement of single mothers. The women who choose to let men that they don't marry penetrate and inseminate them, give them a baby, and then think everyone else is supposed to act as if they don't have a whole child with them. Not to mention they forget the fact that men are naturally more repulsed by women who are single mothers due to the fact that they're already carrying another man's baby. They already have another man's baby. They don't know why they didn't marry that man. They don't know why that man didn't want to commit to them, and why in fact that they believe that we should overlook the fact that they have a child. I mean, it's not rocket science. Single mothers long term are not the typical woman men would like to commit to, especially men with options. So when you hear a single mother say the things that we're about to hear this single mother says, it makes you wonder if this woman has any self-awareness of her situation, her circumstances, and her mate value. Let's take a look at the video. Let's break it down. Let's react to it.
So I want to talk about something that's been really annoying me lately. This is going to be Icks About Men, but single mom version. So something that's been getting under my skin is men not understanding.
Okay, first of all, let's just stop it right there real quick. She said icks about men, and she's a single mother. Well, being a single mother, that kind of puts you in a lower tier in terms of what you find icky about men, because one of the most icky things about women is the fact that they already have a child by another man. So that automatically reduces the amount of quality that you have as a woman in terms of long-term desirability. Most men would say that being a single mother is a major ick because it greatly reduces your sexual market value, your mate value, and your reproductive value.
What it means to be a single mom. So as a single mom, a single working mom, I have my plate full to the maximum, right? I don't have free time. The time that I do have free, I just want to relax.
Well, we're well aware of that. We're well aware of that. You're taking care of a whole nother human being. We're well aware of that. The issue is, I think she thinks that we're supposed to be considerate of her time and she's supposed to receive special treatment under the presumption that she still has the same amount of mate value that she had before she became a single mother. So, I mean, this woman is about to make a whole list of demands that most men, especially the men who have options, who don't need to be with a single mother, aren't willing to meet.
So one, I get it. I'm single. Yes. Do I want to date? Sure. If I meet the right person, right? But if you invite me out for a dinner,
if she meets the right person. Her baby daddy wasn't the right person. She's still looking for the right person. The person that she had a child with and opted not to marry wasn't the right person. So why does she believe that any guy subsequent after this would be the right person? And this is one of those mindsets that are detrimental to women because they still believe in the right person, the one, soulmate, the right guy coming along after they've greatly reduced their sexual market value. And I don't understand. I mean, the hopeful thinking is to the detriment of women. For them to still believe that after they've already made a mistake that has consequences as significant as having a whole child, that somehow that's going to be swept under the rug or negated, and they get a fresh start with a whole new guy all over again, as if this mistake or accident, because most women when they have babies out of wedlock, it's an accident. It's a oops baby. As if this never happened.
For drinks, especially during the weeknight. Come on. You know I have things to do. I'm sure you have things to do the next day. I have a child to take care of. I can't just go out late at night just whenever, right? So you have to take that into consideration. So if you're really going to invite me out, one, make it worth my time. And what do I mean by make it worth my time? Just don't invite me out to dinner and drinks. Get creative. Invite me out for an activity. Do something different. Do something that's going to be worth my time and effort. I am taking time out.
Did your baby daddy do all that before you let him impregnate you? Did he do something creative? Did he do something worth your time and your effort? Things that men would want to know, because if he didn't have to do it, what makes her believe that another man who doesn't have a baby by her, who has to deal with her and the fact that she has another man's baby, what makes her believe that that man is going to feel compelled to do that? Under what degree of attraction? Because as we already established, men are naturally repulsed by single mothers relative to women who don't have children. So being a single mother greatly reduces your value. That means that greatly reduces the amount of time, financial investment, attention, and commitment that a man is willing to give you in turn. That's what that means. So how creative does she expect the guy to get knowing that she's a single mom? How much time and attention and effort does she expect a guy to invest knowing she's a single mother? This is what I mean when I say women have unrealistic expectations. And that unrealistic expectation, the one that she's demonstrating right now, will almost certainly become a standard if enough men come at her, and those men who don't seem to be too desirable are willing to settle for a single mother. She'll conflate that man's lack of choices with the man who has choices and try to hold them to the same standard when it doesn't work that way. That man is not going to operate on the same principles and adhere to the same standards that the guy who has less choices operates on, because he has more choices, and because he may think she's attractive, he may think she's a quick fuck, he may think she's just a casual relationship or somebody that he can enjoy his time with temporarily, momentarily, instantaneously, and then go on about his business. He doesn't want to put that much energy and effort into a woman who already has a child by another man, because he knows long term that it's not going to be that beneficial or advantageous to him.
Of my evening to meet with you, to go and enjoy your company, to see how things work, if we're compatible. I'm making an effort, so I expect you to make an effort. So don't just assume that I'm going to be able to drop off my child somewhere, because most likely I'm not. So unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date.
And y'all hear that? There's the manipulation. Unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on a date. Y'all know what that means, right? That's an ultimatum. She's saying, if you aren't willing to pay for the babysitter, then I'm not going on a date, meaning you have no other choice. If you really want to go on a date with her, then you'll pay for the babysitter. You'll pay for another man's seed to be taken care of so that you can enjoy time with his mother. Where the hell is this child's father? Why isn't the father paying for a babysitter? See, I've actually dealt with some single moms. Not seriously, but I've dealt with some for some casual fun. I have. I had like a whole year of MILFs to where I just went out with single mothers, did what I wanted to do with them, had my fun, and then went on about my business. And I enjoyed it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. And not once did I have to pay for a babysitter. Oh, and they were absolutely willing to get up and take their child somewhere, get their child out of the way, do whatever they needed to do to see me, because they really wanted to see me, because I'm a guy who doesn't have a lot of time. I don't play a lot of games. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And a lot of them follow me on Instagram, so they already know how I operate, so they know there's no room for any type of negotiations with me. What I say is what it is. If you want the opportunity to experience me, then you absolutely have to make the time. You have to make accommodations for your child. That responsibility is not on me. I'm not going to do it. So, as I said, women move differently when it comes to a guy that they really like or they really want to see, or a guy who's high quality, a guy who has a lot of options, a guy who has things going for himself, and a guy who she doesn't want to miss out on the opportunity to experience. They wouldn't set these kind of rules or make these kind of demands for these type of men. So it has to be guys that she don't like that's been pursuing her and been trying to take her out and trying to get with her for her to even feel that she can make these kind of demands.
Also, offer to pay for the babysitter. That's going to make me more receptive to want to go and spend my time with you. And another thing, do not just assume that you can invite me and my daughter out. No, I do not introduce my daughter to guys.
That's fine. We don't need to be introduced to your child. We ain't gonna be around that long. We just want to have a couple drinks, maybe some dinner. That's it, and some sex, and we'll be on our way. So that won't be necessary, man, unless you date a guy who's more feminine, who's more willing to come next and take care of another man's child, play stepfather. Then yeah, these rules apply to him. But most men who are highly desired, which isn't a significant amount, if these are the men that you want, which I'm almost certainly she would, I'm sure she's not settling for the guys who actually want to take care of her child or who would be willing to take care of her child. Those guys, the top guys, they aren't willing to do what she's asking.
That's a no-no. So there's that. And also, don't just assume that you're going to invite me out for drinks and I'm going to show up. What makes you think that I'm going to put my safety in jeopardy by drinking and driving? So
attraction. That's what makes me think that. If she finds the guy attractive enough, if she's attracted to him enough, she will absolutely put her safety in jeopardy. Those endorphins will flood her frontal lobe. She will lose all her rationality. She will feel comfortable. She won't care. She won't assess the risk. And she will absolutely go out for drinks and food. This is what y'all have to understand about women. When y'all hear women talk like this, understand that they aren't factoring in the emotional factors, the emotionally charged factors that play into the decisions that they make that don't make sense, but they still make them anyway. Attraction. Attraction will absolutely do that for this woman.
So unless you're going to offer to pick me up and drop me off or Uber me there and back, it's a no on the drinks during the week. So, moral of the story is, come on guys, if she's a single mom, she already has a lot on her plate, so don't add to her plate, don't make her life more stressful, don't make her plan out the date that you want to take her on, like, that's not going to happen. So, all I'm going to say is, do better, and to everyone asking me out on freaking dates lately, literally, if the shoe fits, then it fits, okay? That's all I got to say.
I told y'all. See, she's addressing men who have been asking her out, and I'm pretty sure these are low quality men. These low quality men with not many options, unless they're just looking for, what do you say and think like a man? Some fun and some butt naked sex, a couple drinks. That's it. But otherwise, this video is another demonstration of female entitlement. How they believe that they can make the same rules that they once had when they had higher sexual market value, when they had higher long-term mate value than what they currently do in a situation such as this, where this woman has a baby by another man. It's not the same. But women don't understand that. They believe that no matter how old they get, no matter how much emotional baggage they rack up, how many bodies they rack up, no matter what happens to them that reduces their sexual market value, in their minds, they're still at peak sexual market value. They don't care. They don't realize that things reduce that. And they think men are supposed to overlook the things that reduce that and treat them as if they have the same leverage that they once had when they had higher sexual market value. But we all know, I said we both know, I'm talking about me and her. We all know that that's not the case. And women don't want to admit it, but they know deep down inside that's not the case too. They know as well. So to any woman out here who's a single mother, who's making demands like this and think that a guy should pay for your babysitter, or who should put X amount of effort into trying to get to know you and court you when he doesn't even know you, he's not going to meet your daughter, he has no intentions of marrying you, you don't even know if he has any intentions of dealing with you past one night, a week, or a month. It's unrealistic to think that a man that is highly desirable, who has options, is going to abide by these rules, adhere to these standards. If you want to select a guy who is more willing to do this, more feminine, by all means, do it. But I'm pretty sure this video isn't addressed to those type of men, because those type of men are typically the ones who get rejected, that women don't want to deal with. Because as I said, if a woman still believes she's at peak sexual market value, then that means the men that she expect to come after her are also at peak sexual market value. And those men just aren't willing to acquiesce to this level of demands and these unrealistic expectations. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll catch y'all on the next dose of Q Pill. I'm Suave Q, aka over and out.